Welcome back, everyone. This is TJ, and we're here down in the basement for another video. I just want to go through everything that I'm doing right now. It is December 27th, so just go through what I'm doing, all the preparation I'm doing, finding seeds that I want to plant, planning out the outdoor area. Am I going to change anything, rearrange, and just go through that whole process and show you how I'm getting ready to start my seeds. So let's get started. Flip you guys around here. You can see right here, what I like to do is just lay out all the seeds I have on hand. All the seeds from last year, years before, whatever the case may be. I like to check the date, and then I'll go through. Did I plant it this past year? How did it do? Do I want to plant it again? And this just gives me a good idea of what I have on hand. So when I go to order seeds, I know what I need or what I don't need, or maybe what I want to try a different variety, all that good stuff. It just gets me prepared, and it's a visual. I like to visualize and see what I have. You can see right here, my daughter planted this in class. It was sitting upstairs for a while. I just kind of put it under the grow light to see if we could get it back in shape. I have no idea what kind of plant it is, though. So you can see here, it's just my kind of a list of 2025 seeds that I may want to order. And I just have, okay, I need another pea, some type of Roma, whatever the case is, flowers. Maybe I write down a couple that I've read about that I might want to look into. This right here is Baker Creek. I'm going to get some things from there. I do like Baker Creek. This is Roar Seeds. This is actually a local seed company in Lancaster where I live. So you can see a lot of my seed packets are from there. But I started branching out to different companies just to try and get seeds from different areas. And one of them is Johnny. I really like Johnny's. I'm going to be getting a bunch from them this year. Good quality seed. And that is in Maine, Winslow, Maine. And Fedco is another one I like to use. And I don't remember, I think they're Vermont possibly. Oh, that's Maine. That is Maine too. So they're both from Maine. So that is two companies that I used. I probably won't get anything else besides Baker. And if I get some from here, I like to get at least something from here so I can support local. The other day, I cleaned up this area. It was a mess. I had pots everywhere in there, all over. Over here was a mess. I mean, it was just a nightmare. And I've been kind of pushing it off, kind of not, I'll do it then, I'll do it later. But we all know that we got to do it right away. If we think about it and we have the time, do it, get it done. And now that I've done this, let me flip you. Oh, I feel so much better just to know I am organized. Soon I will pull out my trays and fill in whatever pots I'm using, planning out how many trays I'm going to do. I'm going to have to get some more trays, which I will, but it's all labeled, very easy to find, neat, and I'm going to try and keep it neat like this throughout the year, at least when I'm starting seeds indoors. But we know it can get messy, so we'll see how that goes. Right here, I just got my sprayers, some seed, soil seed from last year. Just any random stuff. Grow bag, I like to use grow bags for potatoes, so I got a bunch over in the garden. That's just an extra one. Started planting blueberry. Got 3 bushes. This is one of them. They're in big containers because I don't have space, but I wanted to get started. The best time to do it is now. And that's just where, once I figure out all my seeds, they'll go in here. Fall, spring, whatever, summer. And then as, spring goes away, I'll put them over on the other side, put my summer here. And just to try and stay organized. I do like to sift my starting mix or potting mix, whatever I'm using for starting seeds. Try and get, you get so much bark, big bark pieces. I mean, it's terrible how much is in there, but this kind of helps to keep those pieces out. I do want to get something larger because it just takes way too long to sift through all the soil that I have to do. The last thing I want to show you over here is that I just bought this wire shelf. So the past few years I've had this table, and then I have another table that I like to put here. As you can see, I got the lights right there, and that works pretty good, but 2 tables here is a little much, and I like the idea of growing on this. I can put about 4 trays on each one. I can hang the lights. That will also allow me to have shorter chains. I mean, to get these down to here, I gotta have long chains, and that's annoying. So I hope to have the short chains and just something that I can adjust it. And that gives me plenty of space to grow seeds. I mean, I could have 4, 4, 4. Top shelf can be storage, bottom storage, whatever I want to do. I'm not sure yet. And well, I don't even know if I'll be able to start that many seeds, but in the future, I definitely will want to be doing that many seeds, and this is a great option for me. So I'm going to try that out. I'm actually going to put it together right now, and I will probably give you a little glimpse of that, what I'm doing, and show you what that looks like when I am finished, and I will check back in with you after that. Alright guys, so I got it put together. It's a pretty easy process. It took about 20 minutes. Not very challenging. Not going to give you a headache. The only part you might have issues with is these little black attachments here that hold the shelves. You want to make sure they're even on all 4 posts. Otherwise, you're going to have a shelf that's unlevel. So I did do that, miscounted on this shelf here. The good thing is I can pop this out on both sides. I can hold it up, and I can adjust this up or down and put it back. So it's pretty easy. Doesn't give you a headache. You don't got to take everything apart. You just can adjust as you go. So down here you can see this shelf is pretty small. I imagine having bags of potting mix down here that I can store. These are about 20 to 22 inches apart. That might be adjusted, I'm not sure yet, but as of now, I think that is a pretty good height. I don't think I'm going to have much that's going to grow too tall. You can see this middle one's a little taller than the bottom. So I can put certain seeds in different levels depending how tall they're going to get. Like tomatoes I'll probably have up here, peppers, something like that. Tomatoes, if you start them too early, there's a good chance they could get too big if they can't go outside because it's not quite warm enough. I will be getting casters for here that I can wheel it around. Right now I'm in the basement, so I can't really wheel it outside to start the hardening process. Maybe in the future I have a place where I start my seeds and I'm able to wheel it outside. And that would be a huge, huge bonus to be able to wheel this whole thing out and harden off my seedlings. Because right now, I got to take every tray one by one upstairs, out back to start that process. And it's an important process. You have to do that. You can't just put them in the garden from being in here. This is a controlled environment. If you take them straight into the garden, they will get beat up from the sun, the wind, just the elements outside. They're not used to it. So it's a process and you must do it. Even if it's a little annoying, it's one of my least favorite processes because I have to carry them from here in the basement the whole way upstairs. But, you know, it's got to be done. So you don't want to skip that part. You can see here that I can fit 4 trays on each level. So 4, 8, 12. That's awesome. Will I use all that this year? Probably not. But in the future, I will plan to be, you know, filling out all these. In the past, like I said, I had a table here and a table here. I could maybe do 8, but usually I'd do like 4 and 2, so 6. But here, you know, I have the option of 12, 4 more, 16. So that is plenty. This will give me the option to start more flowers indoors, which I just kind of started doing last year, and I want to continue for this growing season. Get some more flowers that I can plant out instead of buying them at the nursery. I'd rather do it here and put them out. One thing about these trays, they're 20 inches. So the diameter of this is 18 inches. So they're going to hang out 1 inch on each side. Which, you know, I'd rather them completely be on the rack. But an inch on each side is not that big of a deal. Yeah, these are going to be heavy. They're not going to go anywhere. I could have got a bigger diameter, but that really bumps the cost up. And I thought it was a little overkill. I didn't want to spend that much money. I got this guy at Target for $80. Ordered it today, went and picked it up today, and built it today. So, very convenient. Now, if I'm not growing 4 on each level, because I just don't have that many seeds, I can always put them like this. You know, have 2 in the middle. They'll get more light. Obviously, the outer ones here, the light, I think they're still going to get plenty of light, but it'll be a little less than the ones in the middle. So that's an option I can do. Just all depends how many seeds I've got going on at the same time, or I guess how ambitious I am. So there you have it. Up top 2, storage, you know, whatever I want to put. I could put pots up there, trays, you know, whatever. Just use the top as storage, the bottom as storage. Alright guys, that's where I'm going to wrap up this video. I appreciate you guys stopping by. And if you want to, give me a follow. You know, I'm just going to take you through the growing season from starting seeds, transplanting, harvesting, all that good stuff. You know, and myself, I am not a pro. I'm not an expert. This is my 6th year growing, but I've learned a lot, and I want to spread that knowledge, and also want to show you guys the failures I have. As a gardener, we know you're going to fail, and you got to learn from your mistakes. So if you feel like following me along on this journey of a novice gardener, please hit the follow button, and I'll see you guys next time, where we will probably be in the garden, I believe, and we're going to redesign some areas in the garden. Got some big beds. I want to make them smaller and put more beds in there to make it easier to harvest, weed, just take care of them, just so I don't have to be in a big bed. So follow along, and I'll see you next time. Thank you guys. Have a good one.